Hey everyone, it's Richard Metal Fan here, bringing you guys a new video, and I'm going to be doing a concert review. I'm going to be doing a double concert review, I should say, because I went to two shows back to back this Friday and Saturday, and it was cool, and it was just insane black metal, death metal, madness. So we'll talk about the first show I went to on Friday. March 18th, and this was at the Masquerade in Atlanta, Georgia, and I saw Mayhem and Midnight there. Now, this was my third time seeing Mayhem. I haven't seen Mayhem since 2017. They did that tour with Inquisition and Black Anvil, and that was when they played the De Mysterious Dum Satanas in full, which in my opinion is still their best album and a classic in the black metal genre. And I saw Midnight a couple times. I think the last time I saw them was back in 2019 at the Buckhead Theater with Obituary and Abbott, and that was sick. And about the show, now originally Watain was supposed to be on the bill, but they couldn't get into the U.S. because of visa issues. Thanks, Biden. But yeah, so this show, I got there, well, I got up really fucking early. I got up at like 5:30 in the morning because I had to work, and I worked until like 3:30, and from there I just went straight to the venue, and I got there around 4. So, and the cool thing was I was wearing fucking corpse paint on their face. Have you ever seen my last music collection video? I pretty much had like corpse paint on for a Halloween party. But yeah. So anyway, let's just dive. I was pretty much wearing corpse paint throughout that whole show, and it was awesome, and some people thought it was fucking sick. So let's just dive right into the show. The first band was actually a local band called Bloodstained Dusk, who are sort of like a black metal band from, out of all places, Alabama. And I thought they were pretty good for an opener. Needed to listen to them a lot more. And then we get to Midnight. Now, this was my third time seeing Midnight. And I thought they were pretty good. They kind of sound like very rock and roll-y. Kind of remind me a little bit of like Motorhead a bit. And they're put on a really good show. But then I was like really mostly excited for the opener, Mayhem. No, not the headliner. Why did I say opener? I'm fucking stupid. I'm sorry, guys. So Mayhem brought, well, no pun intended, Mayhem. Now, they played for a blistering 15-song set. They played for like an hour and 20. Like, they played some stuff from Damon, and they played a couple other songs that I'm not like too familiar with, like mostly from like the Chimera Order de Chaos album. But they actually played like a few songs from De Mysterious Dum Satanas. They played Freezing Moon, Life Eternal. I can't really remember their set list, but they actually played some other classics like Chainsaw Guts Fuck, and they actually closed with Pure Fucking Armageddon, and that was sick. And I remember right near the end of their set, it's not with me, but I caught a drumstick from Hellhammer. It was awesome. I can actually like reenact this moment. I felt like I saw it like up in the air, and it was almost kind of like slow motion, like Matrix shit, and I was like, oh shit, and I grabbed it, and that was pretty awesome. I had a blast. Now overall, if I were to give this show a score, I'd give it probably a solid 9 out of 10. And then we get to the show yesterday that I went to, and this was at Ground Zero in Spartanburg, South Carolina. And I saw Obituary, Gruesome, 200 Stab Wounds, and this other local band from South Carolina called Neverfall. Now this was a show I was kind of debating on going, considering I've seen Obituary now. Well, this will now be my 9th time seeing Obituary, because I've seen every U.S. tour that Obituary has done since 2016 when I first saw them back in the old Masquerade where they played with Cannibal Corpse. But mostly I was more excited to see Gruesome because I've been listening to them for a few years now. I actually, before I get into that, I got 3 of their 3 releases, and I got them all signed by the band. They're all like some of the nicest people. And then I'm actually friends with their bass player, Robin Mason. She's like a friend of mine. I'm friends with her on Facebook. I've talked to her a couple times on there. And I actually last saw her because when she's not playing bass, she also plays in bass with Castrator and Dicketta. I think that's her other bands. But she also does merch. She did merch for Obituary when I saw them back in January with Municipal Waste, and she also did merch for other bands. I know she did merch for, first time I saw her, she did merch for Behemoth. I know she did merch for Amon Amarth or At the Gates, King Diamond, plethora of other bands. And so yeah, it was cool seeing her. I remember, I left my house yesterday, like I left around 12:30, around this time the video was being recorded. I actually met with a friend of mine's place up in Murrayville, which is like an hour and a half drive. And then from there, we headed over to the venue in Ground Zero in Spartanburg, South Carolina, which was cool because I haven't been to that venue in almost 4 years. The only last time I was there when I saw Born of Osiris, my boys, Fit for a King, Gideon, and Currents play there. And it's a tiny ass venue, and it was a pretty good show. But anyway. When me and my buddies got to the venue, we actually pretty much met all of the Obituary. I pretty much met everybody. I met the Tardy brothers, John and Donald. And Donald actually, funny enough, recognized me from my interview I did with him a couple months ago. I just told him we did an interview, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I remember you." Cool. And I also met Trevor, Terry Butler, where I actually had him sign my Death, Spiritual Healing, and cassette, which will probably be in the next music collection update video, which will be in a couple days, so be on the lookout for that. Yeah, I met them, and I met the guys in Gruesome, talked with Robin a bit, and I actually had done an interview with their drummer, Gus Rios, which will be up after this video is uploaded. But yeah, and about this show, so the local band they had was a band called Neverfall, and I thought they were okay. For a local band. And then we get to the band 200 Stab Wounds. Now, from what I heard, I think they played a show before in Florida, and apparently they couldn't make it. They had like van issues or something like that. But they apparently they were stuck in South Carolina, but they were able to play the show, and I was looking forward to that. And I thought they were pretty good. And then we get to Gruesome. Now, this was my first time ever seeing Gruesome. I've been listening to them for a few years, and I was hoping they would ever come to Atlanta, but the closest they were coming to was South Carolina. Well, they were going to come to Birmingham, which is like an hour less of a drive, but that's the same day I'm going to see Dragon Force and Seven Spires, so if anybody's going to that, see you there. But anyway, Gruesome played a sick-ass set. Like, they played for about 45 minutes. They played some stuff I've heard from, like, Dimension of Horrors and the Savage Land. I'm trying to remember they played like a Closed Casket. They played actually some death songs. They played one song I think they closed from Leprosy, which I can't really remember, but I thought they were really sick live. And then they played the Hellbound, Seven Doors. Just all there was a sick set, and I'm finally glad I finally got to see them live. And it was also their first time in South Carolina too. And then we get to the headliners, Obituary. Now, this was my 9th time seeing the band, and they had like a similar set like they were, or when I saw them back in January. They obviously opened up with a Redneck's Stomp, which is pretty much a great way to start off their set. Just that one riff, that really sick song. And then they played some classic songs. They played Circle of Tyrants, their Celtic Frost cover, I'm in Pain. I can't really remember it. And overall, I thought it was a pretty good set. But honestly, like, after last night, I remember I didn't even get home till like 3:30 in the morning, which was sick. Sorry if my freaking Facebook notification's popping off, but yeah. But after last night, I think we're probably gonna take a break from seeing Obituary, considering I've seen them now 9 times, and I was getting burned out. I mean, I'm not saying I don't like them anymore. They're terrible. I mean, I still like Obituary, I always will, but I'm not gonna like go out of my way to see them again, and unless somebody convinces me to, or if there's something really convincing otherwise, which probably won't happen. But I know they're also going to be at Maryland Death Fest in May, which I'm actually going, so I'll see you there. I might see their set. I don't know. So, but overall, I thought last night was good, and if I were to give last night's concert a score, I'd give it like a solid 10 out of 10. It was a great show. So yeah, that's my review of the 2 concerts that I went to this weekend, guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about it, and I'll see you all in the next video. And as always, keep it metal.